Revenge could always lead a story in an anime or manga into a new stage of a plot, whether being the character chooses to kill a certain someone, a whole group, or even at some point destroys the whole world. Revenge is used differently in different anime, but usually it always leads to the Avenger to leave their specific group, family, or their own character. What's up everybody, the Blue Fang here, and today I'll be talking about how revenge is used in anime or manga. Specifically, I'll be explaining certain characters' motives and goals, and seeing whether they're similar to the other Avengers that I'm talking about as well. So right before I get into the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. So with no further ado, let's get into the video. Now before I get into my 3 favorite examples of these revenge-driven type characters that I'll be talking about the most today, I would first like to say a few more before them. So many characters have managed to come across a time where they're so driven by revenge that it becomes their goal for a certain amount of time. Characters such as Gon Freaks, Roy Mustang, Polnareff, Eren Yeager, Scar, and Guts. For these characters, their emotions always came across a certain rage that they had bottled up inside of them just to bring it out on a person or group that they're trying to hunt down. But sometimes that anger could not be an advantage for them. For Gon, he had his rage inside of him for half an arc just to let it out in the end, but he lost his ability to use Nen while taking part in his rage. For Polnareff, he acted out selfishly, which resulted in his friend's supposed death, even though that friend told him not to act out on his revenge so carelessly. There are many examples on how revenge could be an advantage or disadvantage for a character, but today I'll be sticking to a specific set of characters to talk about how revenge is done in their hands. These characters got me interested in the show that they're in and made me love or even hate them whilst they take part in their goal. So let's begin with my first example of someone whose life became so hell-bent on revenge, which made them leave his own friends. His name is Sasuke Uchiha, and what he has is not a dream, because he would make it a reality. He's going to restore his clan and kill a certain someone. Sasuke's character in the Naruto community is usually seen as trash or amazing, which I'm kind of in the middle of what I really think about him and his goal in the series. Sasuke's goal in revenge started at the night of the Uchiha massacre. He had just gotten home, ignorant of what had happened in the time he was not there. As Sasuke saw the scenery of his clan's massacre, he would come across his trusted brother Itachi, someone who he admired, looked up to, and someone who he had wanted to surpass in skill. Once Itachi told his brother about what happened, Sasuke's main goal in life had started. Sasuke's desire for revenge on his brother is simple to follow on, but it also seems like he just didn't want to kill Itachi just for himself. He saw his brother as a completely evil person that was powerful, dangerous, and someone who would kill for no reason, like how Itachi said that he had slaughtered the Uchiha clan just for the sake of testing his abilities. Sasuke hates people like that. This is probably the reason why at the start of Shippuden, Sasuke didn't attack anyone with killing intent. He specifically told Suigetsu at the time when they were trying to get Zabuza's blade that when they come across enemy ninjas that they shouldn't be allowed to kill anybody but attack them only normally. His only serious kill would be for the one he's hunting, Itachi. Sasuke's goal for revenge also would lead to him leaving his own village just to gain the power to complete his goal. He distances himself from anyone else who wouldn't be useful in his quest for revenge. This is because he feels like no one else would understand what he's been going through. He explains this to both Kakashi and Naruto when they try to stop him on his quest. Another reason to why he distanced himself from other people was because he believed that if he broke all emotional ties, that his only focus would be to killing Itachi and nothing else. He couldn't ignore Itachi's presence in the world because he would have felt like it would be wrong to do so. Now that I've talked a bit about Sasuke, I'd like to now move on to another person who has glowing red eyes and also lost their clan. Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter is one who doesn't fear his own death, but fears that his goal of revenge would fade over time. Kurapika and Sasuke are usually compared because of their obvious similar traits that they have. They both have special red eyes, their clan gets killed, and they both are close friends with the protagonist of the story they're in. Now whereas Sasuke only has one person he wants to kill, Kurapika has a whole group of people that he has set out to murder. Their motives and revenge play out a lot differently to each other as well, since once Sasuke kills Itachi, his lifelong goal has ended, that's it. Once Kurapika kills his first Phantom Troop member he comes across in a fight being Uvigan, his goal still remains as he has a lot more spiders to kill. Kurapika's goal could also evolve as well, as we saw in Hunter x Hunter that he had changed to set out to find the Kurta clan's eyes rather than killing the troop. But I believe if he ever comes across the troop again, he wouldn't miss the chance to go for a kill on them. But with Sasuke, his goal changes completely from learning the truth of Itachi. Since after his confrontation with Obito, he changed to wanting to kill his brother to destroying a whole village. Kurapika is also not even made out to be too much of an edgy, rage-driven character, as we saw in his fight with Uvigan that he gave the spider a chance to answer what Kurapika had asked him. But with Uvigan being loyal to the end, he doesn't answer Kurapika, which leads to his death. Kurapika seeing all the blood disturbs him, but his rage leads him to continue his path in revenge. I also always thought that Kurapika knew he would win his fight against Uvigan since he had actually brought a shovel to the fight. And please guys, don't say that Kurapika conjured the shovel, it would take too much effort for that, and I don't think he has time. So I guess Kurapika was prepared to win. Another thing that is interesting about Kurapika is how he didn't become too selfish in his goal to abandon his friend like how Sasuke did. As we saw in the York New City arc, at one point he found out the troop were all dead. This put him down completely, but he eventually found comfort with his friends once again. And also once Kurapika finds out that the troop is still alive, he lets Gon, Killua and Lelouch help him out in his hunt for the spiders. Kurapika again shows that he wouldn't abandon his friends for his goal at the end of the arc, as he chooses his friend rather than killing Crawler in the end. This exchange was important to show that Kurapika's revenge doesn't completely take over his mind and character, making him unselfish with the actions that he had shown. The final character that I'm going to be talking about is no doubt one of my favorite protagonists of all time, Lelouch v Britannia. Lelouch's motive is pretty simple when you watch Code Geass. His mother dies, his father banishes him, and his family is basically corrupt. But Lelouch sought out to not only take revenge upon this certain person who killed his mother, but took revenge upon a whole entire nation, just to create a world where his sister is safe to live in. But the way Lelouch did this was that he created a mask of rebellion, a mask that would be able to rival the whole of Britannia, a nation, and side with the terrorists. He would need to defeat evil by becoming a greater evil. But the thing is that the goal that he had on changing the world wasn't his first one. He just wanted to avenge his mother and find the killer. Simple, right? But as the series progressed, that goal of revenge evolved over time as he observed all the mistakes of the world that he lives in. Lelouch's revenge is also not like a lot of other people who are out for revenge. His goal is not just for himself as well, but to change the whole entire world for everyone else. Using the mask that is Zero, Lelouch sought out to destroy the world first, then start over from that. That's what we got from the conclusion of his character. He also continued to lie to almost everyone that he talks to, trying to deceive them or keep them safe. With his Geass ability, it was easier to take part in his personal goal, but it led to a lot of betrayal and even more lies. All three of these characters really worked well in their respected series, and I generally don't hate them. Except maybe Sasuke sometimes, because you know how he always does some questionable things. But anyway, these characters all keep moving forward in their own way whilst keeping to their goals to the very end. I didn't really go too in depth with their characters in this video since I just wanted to point out how their revenge was used by them. So I'm gonna end this video right here. So if you haven't watched any of these shows that I mentioned, go ahead and watch them, and hopefully they become one of your favorite characters. I especially recommend Code Geass as well. Even Hunter x Hunter, I really recommend that if you haven't seen that. But I'm sure all of you have watched Naruto, because this is basically a Naruto channel, but I'm just basically trying to make this whole channel diverse right now. I'll still keep on my what if grind, but I'll also do these kinds of videos as well, trying to get more out in this channel. So hopefully you did enjoy, because I enjoyed making this as well. So if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notification. It's been the Blue Fang. Peace.